Monday, September 24th. Life may not be the party we'd hoped for, but while we're here, we should dance, Jerry Ronson used to say. It was Jerry who'd put him up to this, the reason he was standing in the arrivals hall of London's Gatwick Airport. A bit difficult to dance at this particular moment, but inside him, boy, was his heart pounding away. She would appear at any moment. His upright military bearing, conservative tweed suit, suede brogues and neat grey hair, barbered earlier today, were at odds with the sheer, utter, childlike joy on his face. His whole body was jigging with excitement, with anticipation. His stomach was all twisted up. He felt like a teenager on a first date, except he was approaching 60. And he knew it was ridiculous to be like this, but he couldn't help it. And hey, this day had been such a long time coming, almost a year. He could scarcely believe it was finally here, that she was finally here. Most of the people massed alongside him were chauffeurs, holding up placards bearing the names of their pickups, peering hopefully at the throng emerging through the sliding doors. But Johnny Fordwater, instead, clutched a massive bouquet of pink roses, so big he needed both arms to hold it. Normally the former soldier might have been embarrassed about carrying a bunch of flowers. He wasn't really a flowers kind of guy. But today was different. Today he didn't give a monkey's what anyone thought. He was walking on air, and he only had one thought. Ingrid. She would be coming out of the arrivals hall any second. The love of his life, who had told him she loved pink roses and rosé champagne. A fine bottle of that was on ice, awaiting her, back in his flat in Brighton. Laurent Perrier, vintage, classy. For a very classy lady. The wait was tantalising. The butterflies were going berserk inside him. Butterflies he'd not felt since that first date with Elaine over 40 years ago, when as a teenage student he'd nervously climbed out of his rust bucket of an old Mini and walked up the garden path of her parents' house close to Brighton seafront. A cluster of people emerged through the doors, an elderly couple being driven on a buggy, their luggage stacked behind them. A large Middle Eastern family accompanied by a porter with a loaded flatbed trolley. A mother wheeling a suitcase with a small boy trailing behind her, pulling a case striped like a tiger. A group of serious-looking suits, 2 nuns, a man in shorts, a Hawaiian shirt and flip-flops, and a woman in a sombrero the size of a teepee, each pushing along gaudy wheeled cases. Come on, Ingrid, my darling, my love, mein Liebling, mein Schatz. He glanced at his watch. 7:08 p.m. 50 minutes had elapsed since the Munich flight had landed. He looked at the arrivals board, then pulled out his phone and double-checked on the flight tracker app for the 5th or maybe 6th time to make sure he wasn't mistaken. Definitely. 52 minutes ago now. Probably a delay with the baggage coming through, which often happened here. He looked at the luggage tags of passengers who just emerged and were walking past him along the cordon, looking for the telltale EasyJet baggage tags, which would show him they were probably on the flight for Munich, along with his beloved, Ingrid Ostermann. He loved everything about her, including her name. There was something mysterious about it, something exotic, a woman of the world. A blonde in her late 30s with cool dark glasses, a short leather jacket and ankle boots appeared striding confidently, pulling an expensive-looking suitcase. Ingrid! His heart did a flip, then another, then sank as she came nearer, and he realised it wasn't her. Was it? She walked straight past him. He was about to check a photograph on his phone when she waved at someone ahead. He watched her step up her pace and fall into the arms of a tall guy with a ponytail. At least the Munich flight was coming through now, he thought. Hoped. He waited another 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Plenty more EasyJet tags, but no Ingrid. He checked his phone. She'd promised she would text the moment she landed, but maybe she had a problem getting her German phone to connect here. He sent a text. I'm here, waiting, meine Liebling. Kiss, 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 kiss. He watched the display, waiting for a text back. Had she forgotten to switch her phone back on? Then he heard a male voice right behind him say his name. Mr. Fordwater? He turned to see a shaven-headed, stocky man in his 50s, wearing a suit and tie, accompanied by a woman in her late 20s, with sharply styled fair hair in a dark trouser suit. Yes, Johnny said, alarmed by their sudden presence. Had something happened? John Charles Fordwater. Yeah, that's me. The man held out a warrant card. Detective Sergeant Potting and Detective Constable Wilde from Surrey and Sussex Major Crime Team, sir. We've had a phone call from your sister, Angela, who's been concerned about you since one of my colleagues spoke to you a couple of months ago. Your sister told us you would be here and who you are meeting. Could we have a word with you, sir? Johnny felt a moment of utter bewilderment. Then his insides were like an elevator plunging down as a terrible thought struck him. Oh God, please, no, please don't tell me Ingrid's had an accident. Please don't. Would you mind accompanying me to the airport police station, Mr. Fordwater? DS Potting said. It's only a 5-minute drive. But please say she's all right. She hasn't had an accident, has she? There hasn't been an accident, sir, no, DC Wilde said as they went outside and reached the parked police car. Thank God for that. Thank God, Johnny said, relief surging through his confusion. You see, I'm worried. I've been waiting to meet her off the flight. He looked down a little sheepishly at the bouquet he was carrying. I'm afraid Ingrid Osterman wasn't on the flight, sir, she said. Johnny turned to her, feeling that plunging sensation again. Why? What happened? There was a brief moment in which both police officers glanced uncomfortably at each other before DC Wilde spoke again, deeply sympathetic. I don't quite know how to put this to you, sir, she said. I'm really sorry to have to tell you, as I think it's going to come as a shock to you. From our intelligence, the lady you're waiting for, Frau Ingrid Osterman, does not exist.